And I carved out the inside of this, and it was a little unstable, so I put epoxy in the bottom of it. So you can kind of see the round ball. Just underneath that is filled with epoxy. So it kind of looks like a pond, and stabilized the piece of wood. And then I had it for quite a while, and it just didn't move me. And then I had bought these wonderful like chrome balls. And so I decided to add that, and it just added the oomph to it. So I guess the judge liked it in the full river show. So
yeah, congratulations. It's unusual. It's different. It's nice. I like the lean over like that, unbalanced. Looks like it should fall over, but obviously it's not.
Yeah, it's on a solid granite base, so it's very heavy. So it stabilized it really well. And it's 24 inches high, 16 inches wide, and 7 inches deep.
Wow, big.
It says pearl. Is this really the shape of a pearl? Is it like an egg shape?
It's a ball. It's a ball. Yeah, it's a chrome ball, and I was able to drill a hole in the bottom of it, attach a dowel, and then glue the whole thing into the epoxy. So it like floats on this little bed of epoxy. Yeah, that looks like
it's like a shell with the pearl inside it.
Okay.
The leg shell.
Yeah.
Barry understands me.
There you go.
I think I like the way did you put shellac or some glossy thing in here which contrasts with the dullness out here? I like this shiny stuff.
I use a polyurethane resin, and that's on the entire piece. And it has that kind of shininess to it until you take steel wool with wax, which kind of brings it back to more of a satin finish. But the inside, because it was so rough, I wasn't able to do that. So it left it kind of that shiny.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
The next slide, the reason being that I also am showing later on my entry, and I always try to keep track of the judges, and I try to think of what a nice guy they are for giving us awards. Here's the guy, Chuck McPherson. Anybody know him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Chuck's really well known, I think, in San Diego. He's kind of big time with the Artist Guild, Art on the 30th. He's really well known. He's got a very outgoing personality, very boisterous guy.
Well, I always say thank you, Chuck.
Good idea. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I have to send him my check for making. No, I
You haven't got it yet. You've got, yeah.
Nice.
Well, this is from Sally's class years ago. She always has these your secret artist before you start, and this is Marie. I made a note of her name. Laurention, French artist. I think she died in 56, so she was early 1900s. And this is, I took a portion of, there were actually 4 girls in this, 4 women in this picture, and I took 2 of them, and I took the way basically they're very similar to her. Then I changed the background. I put a table down below there that she had something else there, and the one on the left. So I altered a little bit, but it's very much like hers. And when I look at it now, I think it's either faded a lot or unfinished, because I think I could do a lot more on those 2 figures.
Really nice.
But it's they're kind of nice and quiet, peaceful paintings that she did. That nearly all on women, nearly all of women.
It sort of
Reminds me of
reminded me of, well, I thought of either Picasso or Cezanne, the geometric.
Or Cezanne, yeah.
No.
Okay. All right.
Do you know the date when the original was done?
I don't have it. I didn't make a note of that, but it was in the 40s or 50s.
Oh, okay. So later.
I actually had quite a hard time tracing it back to the original picture when I went onto her website. or onto or Googled her, I had quite a hard time finding this particular piece that we had used.
Okay, just, thank you, Barry.
Yeah,
Thanks,
You,
Barry.
you know, you say it was faded, but the fact that it's muted actually kind of lends to its quality of piece.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
mhm.
Great.
Whoops.
Ooh, nice.
Tribute
Well, so do you want me to, I'll probably just read that.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I did for an exhibit coming up. I actually have to do another one, but it's all over Italy right now. They're celebrating the 700-year anniversary of Dante's death. And so there's lots and lots of Dante related events around, you know, poetry, visual. There should be some theatrical, but right now we're still going to be in lockdown for a long time. But anyway, I got invited to participate, and basically the exhibit is based on Dante's Divine Comedy. So, you know, Dante is kind of dark. And so I went back and I read some of his stuff just to get some inspiration from it. And so this one I've entitled The Light in a Dark Forest. That was one of the phrases that came out. And so that inspired me to do this abstract.
Nice.
So it's mixed media and it's on gallery wrap canvas, collage, some sgraffito.
Yeah.
I did use some Inktense blocks. I don't know if anybody's ever used those, but they're kind of cool to use. Let's see what else.
Lovely. Interesting.
I think that's
Nice.
about it.
Yeah, I love this style. You've been going with really bold, broad areas.
I've been trying to change my palette because you remember I was in the blues for
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I think, you know, I was trying to change it. I don't know. Do you guys like this?
I
I
love
love
had-
it.
it.
Yeah.
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 I had
Yeah.
mixed feelings about it because it seems kind of dark.
Well,
I
that's what
find
you
it
wanted.
exciting, not too dark. It's exciting and intriguing.
It's a nice palette, which it's surprising because of the color combos, but it works really well.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks.
I Googled abstract expressionist, and you're in there with the top abstract expressionist famous artists. So
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Yeah.
to me, this is your goal. It's just,
Well, I enjoy it. I mean, it's been a long time since I've done a real painting. I've been doing all these little class projects that kind of I haven't liked very much. And so I was, you know, I kind of felt liberated doing this.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I think this style puts you in the league as the big guys. It's so bold.
Right.
I know that
Just keep it up. Keep it up.
I wouldn't lie.
Thank you, you guys. Thanks.
Very nice. I like the light.
Yeah.
Chris, what is the primary medium?
Acrylic paint. I did use, you know, I forgot I had that open medium. So I used that to slow the drying time in some of the areas where I have the scratch marks in. So that worked really nicely because it opened up, let the drying time open up a few hours. So that was nice.
Mhm.
But acrylic mostly.
Thank you.
Nice.
And
I
you've
like that.
you've seen this, and it just
Yes.
won the second place award for the members show this month. Yeah,
It's great.
I can't
I
help
love
it. The more I look at it, is the more it just I like it more every time I look at it.
Yeah.
And
I
you know,
like the way the lighting is really nice, how that worked. It's really good.
but I think the cat kind of gives it a twist.
Uh,
Yes.
It does.
Very much.
Definitely does.
It's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, your eye kind of follows it all around the image. And I really like all of the detail that kind of pops out on the background.
It keeps your attention, which
Yeah.
is really nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it deserves an award. Why don't we give it second place?
I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Very nice, John.
Thank
Really nice. I like it.
Oh, Tony, there we go.
Beautiful.
Here's another her master of her medium.
Oh, this is my other experiment for this kind of a style. And June encouraged me to do this style and 3 weeks ago. So after I showed her and tool last week, and she said, "Okay, keep going, keep doing this style." So I just tried other one, not to focus on the detail, just focus on the feeling and yeah.
Really exciting. The same that I said to Chris, I say to you. I mean, I think you've arrived. You just mastered this style.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't punched out the details, and it's sort of arriving at abstract, which is what you're trying to do, is get rid of the realism and do a little.
Nice.
It does have
Agree
a,
with
it does have
John.
a feeling to it because of the, you know, the fogginess in it. And I like the composition. I like the way the, you know, the line of the lake or stream or whatever kind of starts at one end and it kind of goes up at a slight angle, and my eye keeps going to the left. Are those birds on the bank there?
No, I think this is just some white. I didn't put on the color accidentally.
Yeah,
Kind
it
of
looks
gives
like
the
a couple
impression of
there.
birds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
And I see a cow's head right up above it in the trees.
Oh, guys.
Oh, really? Come on,
This is a
Barry.
Rorschach test.
I was being serious, and you just.
No, look at it. Look at it. There's the nose and there's the ears.
Yeah.
Oh, where is it?
Oh, yeah, I see it now. I see
There
it.
you
I
go.
want to know what you have.
Yeah, what you got for breakfast?
Starbucks.
Joy, seriously, what I think
But it's gorgeous.
really punches this out is how you see how you've made this punched out this outline, and you've divided the painting into the lower part and the upper part. That adds an element of abstraction to it, and it works with all the other, the looseness of the rest of it. So I think that was a really good touch.
Thank
Joy,
you.
It's just such a treat to see it every time we meet. It
Yes, I
kind
agree.
of boosts me into the next 2 weeks. I love your stuff, Joy. I agree with Joan. You're mastering the semi-abstract in your medium. It is just breathtaking. I love all your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
And I
you.
can't do any of it. I think that's why I love it so much. It's
it
absolutely
is very
gorgeous.
difficult to do.
You said
Joy,
it.
do you use white when you paint, or do you leave the white paper
And
blank?
no, I actually do this kind of style mostly depends on the accident. Sometimes I forgot. Sometimes it just have some white space on it. That is, when I do this kind of hurry, I forgot to see. And finally I say, okay, why not put over there? But,
Put on
yes.
white?
I didn't
Okay.
put masking fluid at all.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I don't see why people don't, the watercolorists say not to use white, because I think it's so difficult to do a painting like this in watercolor because you can't make any mistakes. You know what I mean? It's difficult. So it's beautiful. It's
Sometimes a
fabulous.
mistake makes it perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I tried squinting at it like I do with Ulrika's thing, and it's gorgeous when you squint.
It is.
Awesome. Awesome. Look at that.
Oh, Carol, come to
Carol.
the Big Bang. Ah,
Very nice.
great title.
It's the universe coming, just blowing up and then coming back together.
We hope.
Yeah. That's the second coming. That's the second coming.
Not our current universe. No, it's a long time ago. Right?
Wow.
That's so creative. I love it.
Fascinating.
What size?
You know, I'm terrible at measuring. It's not on canvas, it's on watercolor paper. And so it's probably about 10 by 14, something like that, 12 by, I don't think it's 12 by 16, could be. But it's in that vicinity.
Yeah. Very interesting.
It's very interesting. I like how, Carol, you kind of have a story to it. That's one thing that's lacking in all of my work is I don't have a story, but you've got a really great story to tell. And I do have to say, I do have
Go
to
ahead.
say, Carol, I'm addicted to ice cream sandwiches. But that's what I see on the right. I'm sorry.
So you're putting that on the recording.
I know,
That's
it's all in the
funny.
recording now.
That's funny. Maybe the universe was ice cream sandwiches to start with.
Yeah, I think,
That could be.
I think
You know, the story developed actually as the piece developed. It's just kind of what came
Yeah.
to me as I was doing it. It was actually something breaking apart in the middle.
mhm.
And then
You accomplished your purpose because I get the sense of slow moving particles after the Big Bang. It's just moving very slowly. Is that-
Yeah.
good, yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Very positive thing, Carol, to have a story to a piece. I think
Nice.
artists that have that add a new dimension to it. And I've heard from all these different classes and stuff on marketing and everything that that's very important. And it's where it comes out in this piece. Good job.
Does this, when you're doing your pieces, do you ever kind of think of a story as you're going along?
Very, very rarely. I mean, there's been maybe one or two, but
What does the piece make you think of? Right, as you're doing it, would be kind of how I approach it.
you know, a lot of times I'm just kind of driven. I was thinking about that before the call. I think that, you know, when you go surfing and you catch a wave and all of a sudden you can feel the power of the wave pushing you. When I do my work, it's kind of the same way. And a lot of times, sometimes I'll just sit back and wait for a feeling to come on a piece that I'm working on. It's very strange. I just believe that there's a higher power that's kind of pushing me in directions. And I just kind of pay attention and listen and just being driven by that inner force. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
And I like it. That's what's joy with working with wood, because when you take a piece off, it changes it completely, and it tells you right away whether you've done the right thing or whether it's and where to move. I think that's why I love working with it. I don't always do what it tells me, but when I do, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We do have to move. Time is catching up with us. So
Did this years ago, and I just wanted I was in love with the dolphins at the time and how they protect us and are very intelligent creatures of the planet Earth. And so I depicted in the background the planet Earth and some of the things that make up the planet. And then I donated this to the Seaside Church. And they have been putting it around their place for years now. I have no idea what happened to it eventually. But anyway, I really enjoyed this piece,
Lovely.
doing it.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think the colors just demand the attention and they add power to the whole piece, you know, especially the blue palette.
Really like Chinese culture yin yang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sun and the moon and the forest and the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Trees. Very
Sun is
nice.
yang, moon is yin.
beautiful, Liz.
Great colors.
I like the way you painted the earth, where it's white in the middle,
Yeah.
and then it comes out to a blue, you know, and so forth.
Great.
I like that.
Thank you, Liz.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's cool.
Eureka.
Oh, flowers. Oh. Eureka.
Any squinting needed, John?
Yeah, very bold.
That's fun.
So it was a few years old. The reason I thought of this one was that The other day I got an email from a lady who said she bought this years ago at an art fair I participated in New Jersey, and she loves it and she would like a companion piece. I was like,
Oh.
okay. And so she had looked at my website and she saw some things she liked, but I don't have them anymore. So now we're collaborating on a little companion for this guy. And it was just
Oh,
such a
nice.
fun email to get,
Yeah.
you know, a little boost that somebody bought it, they love it. And I don't know, maybe 4 years later, she emails me. So
Wow.
it was
Wow.
fun to know that somebody likes it, you know?
Yeah,
Good for you. Yes.
that's important.
That's great. That's
Cool.
What a compliment.
I love the way the blues and the greens and the vase kind of mix together.
Yeah, I love that vase. I mean, it's not, this is what it looks like. And so that's what I paint. I just love that vase.
Nice.
The vase is
Also,
really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So maybe, you know, when I get the second one done, I'll show that one.
I think I like the
Yeah.
composition.
Oh, yeah.
I like the composition, the boldness, but the composition, the fact that you have the flowers bleeding off the edges, you know, that sort of makes it sort of abstract a little bit.
I like it too. I like to crop things off the page.
Mhm.
So,
I agree with Joan. It adds it adds a dynamic to the piece.
and it also works nicely when you paint a little larger than you thought you would. Then you can just add, your intention was to crop it instead of, I couldn't fit it all in.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Either way,
nice.
Really
Okay.
nice. Yeah.
thanks.
Sorry.
Oh, well, it's my little abstract. And it's actually should be named 2 by 2, blue on white. And it's this is a challenge to Joy, because I painted it in less than a minute. And in reality, it's this size.
Where's it?
Wow.
So you're talking
Yeah.
about 2 inches by 2 inches?
Yeah. It's,
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Put it up higher, Pico.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
so
I
that's
love this. I think
my
it's
little- that's my
absolutely
little thing.
fantastic.
so actually, I have it like this here. I
Mhm.
Oh,
signed
yeah.
it this
Other
way.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but I thought, well, you know, I'm gonna try and do something real quick, and so this is what came out, and I thought I'd kind of fool Joan,
Even Joe.
Joan, the size of it.
Is that ink, Pico, or is it paint?
It's acrylic.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, I have it out in front of my wall, so I see it every time I watch TV.
Okay, great. And
beautiful.
thanks for saving the show today.
Oh, yeah. You're
Also, Eileen, thanks for contributing beautiful stuff.
welcome.
Oh, good.
Yeah, these are gourds I did. I was in the gourd phase for a while. And I was going out to
Cool.
Fallbrook where they have the gourds and, you know, going all the material. I have several more, but some of them have worn all right. Some get a little, they start to fade a little bit. I've got some others that are not as well. And I don't know how well really the photograph. The middle one, I made it like an incense burner. I put a little incense holder in there because of the holes. I thought it'd be interesting to do that.
Yeah.
And the one on the right, you know, they've all got, they're obviously all natural, but I've used different things and feathers, and it's not quite as good, you know, can't see as well, but I enjoy doing them. I haven't been doing.
Did you add reed up here? This reed?
Yes, yeah.
Is it glued?
Everything's added, you know, I took the gourd and hollowed it out and, you know,
Well, you-
Wellborn Farms in Fallbrook used to have, you know, people would go out there and they had thousands and thousands of gourds.
But there's a technique to drying it and all of that.
Well, yeah, that you know, you wait till it's dry and then you have to scrape it out, scrape the inside. And then you use different inks on, you know, coloring on it, depending on what you want to do. And that one has a rope around it where you've got the arrow.
Did this
It's kind of-
this peel away? It seems like it curved around when you cut the diamond out of it. It seems like it kind of came out by,
Rope around it.
oh, it's rope. Oh,
It's rope around each one. There's 4 of them in all. You know, you can't see obviously the back and the side.
Yeah.
And in the middle, I put, as I said, a little incense burner,
okay, yeah.
What's on top of the third one, Eileen?
which to the right, left, or what?
Yeah,
On the
what
right.
is that?
On the right, that's a, I forget the name of it, but you know, it's part, you see on trees, it's like a,
Bark.
Like a
not bark,
frond.
fungus, like a fungus. Thank you. Like a
Oh,
fungus.
that's cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Then I put a little, you know, like I did on the one on the left, you know, some branches and stuff like that.
I love those.
Thank you. Yeah, I had fun making them, you know, I was really into it for a while.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Very nice.
it's actually a beautiful sculpture, this one here on the,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
So if you close your eyes,
Oh, okay, I'll tell it quick. This goes in the ceiling and there's a dome on the roof, a light dome, and then there's a little passageway down to it. So the light shines through from the roof through this on the ceiling. Let me see. It's leaded stained glass, and it was strong enough to never to have a problem being there and being, you know, flat on the ceiling. And it casts a nice light inside.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Jerry, this is kind of done in the traditional way to do a stained glass piece, right?
Yeah, it's the leaded cane, that the thick stuff, you know, like they used to do years ago.
Yeah, very nice.
Wow,
Thank you.
nice.
so it's